3, 2, 1, and action. Go ahead.
Hey, I just got first at the KIRWAN'S games, CATSKILL New York Regional, 8-0. I'm just going to do deck profile of the PureZoo build I've been played. I've been playing this build, been going back and forth between PureZoo and DracoZoo throughout the format, and changing the build up throughout the formats. And like right now I have a build I really like. I was really confident in it. I've been playing it on Dueling Book a ton, and played it today, and it worked really well. I'm just gonna go through it.
All right.
2 Rat, 3 Whiptail, 2 Thoroughblade, 1 Ram. So this is, I guess, apparently this is controversial, but I've been playing 2-1 on this since Nationals. I played 2-1 at Nationals, and so most people play 2 of these and 3 of these, arguing if you don't want to banish enough desires, you don't want to run out. So I've always felt though I value the consistency of not drawing too many zoos over the risk of not drawing any zoos. There's some amount of games where you're not going to draw any zoos, and there's some games where you will run out of zoos. But I play 2 combos, so if you play carefully, you can kind of mitigate running out. And again, I'd rather have less games where I draw too many zoos than the slightly increased chance of not drawing no zoos. So, or slightly decreased chance. So I've been very happy with this. Like I said, I played at Nats. I bubbled Nats, lost round 12. I've been trying to do something in this format ever since then. But 3 Maxi, 3 Ash, 3 Ogre. I very much like 3 of these in the main. This is something that a lot of people aren't necessarily maining. The general consensus is that it's weaker in the pure mirror. But I think against every other deck, this card's just so strong in general. The more you play it, the more you realize this is just one of the main cards you want to see against most decks. And even against pure, I'm very happy with this card. There's many uses for it. I'm generally not unhappy with drawing this card. So I do side them out usually in pure, but sometimes I even question that. But I've stuck to a very specific siding formula, and it's been doing very well. So that's it for monsters. 3 Tanky, 3 Barrage, 3 Cyclone. These are obviously very good against Draco, and just a solid 1-for-1 in the mirror. These are really good in the mirror, even. Sometimes you hit a barrier an end phase, or these are really good versatile card. I like these. I side 2 Twisters in addition. 2 Shuffle Reborn. I think this card's you have to play it. Going first, if you open it, this card's so bad. But there are other times mid-game where there were times today where I'd have Ash or Ogre in hand, so I knew I had Barrage covered, but Shuffle Reborn, I knew I would lose if they had that. So there are times where this card's just really clutch as just the extra extender that can't be Ash or Ogre. So 2 of those. I do side them out going first though. Usually always. 2 Desires. I've never been a believer in 3 because I'd rather see 0 than see 2. Because if you see 2, you lost the gained card and card advantage, so you have the same number of live cards in your hand effectively, but you banish 10 cards from your deck. So if you see 2, it's the same as having seen none, but you banish 10 cards. Unless you actually resolve 2 in the same game, which I did that a couple times today, but it's usually either win more or you're gonna you only do it if you're desperate and it's your only chance to not lose. It's risky to resolve 2 in the same game, but. That's the one change I might make to this deck is put a 3rd one in, because there were times I resolved 2 today, and this card was so clutch. 3 Field Wipes, these are very good. Earlier, a few weeks ago, I was maining Kaijus instead of Dark Holes. I'm very happy with the Dark Holes. Field Wipes are really good against Zoo, just in general, for grinding in the mirror. Upstart, 1 Upstart, I like Upstart a lot. I even play it when I'm playing 41, just because depending on the matchup, there won't always be the same number of cards that you want in your deck in each matchup. There can be times where there's more cards you want to side out than side in, so you can keep this in those cases, or have it in your deck so that if there's other matchups where you want 1 more card in, it can flex like that. If it was at yeah, I feel that was overlooked back when it was at 3. I really I wish there were more of those to be able to do that with. But one of those Soul Charge, it's really good. Soul Charge. 3 Barrier, that's not Barrier. 3 barrier. Barrier is very obviously one of the best cards in the Pure Mirror. It's solid against Draco Zoo too if you go first. I'll side it out against Draco Zoo, but it's still decent against them game 1. I definitely think this is a good thing to main right now. 2 combo, or actually before 2 combo, 2 strike. So there's kind of 5 real traps in the main. I actually played the same number at Nats, 5. I think like sometimes like even going second, these aren't bad because like a lot of times going second you'll break their board, but they might stop your board, and like this gives you something to then stop their board in turn on the following turn. So just these are solid. I'll sometimes even keep these in going second. And then 2 combo. Basically like the general like I like 2 of these. I started siding 1 out more, but the general like combo I'll do with these is like summon rat, dump 1, and then like I'm gonna get into the extra deck and I can explain a little bit.
Okay.
Extra deck. The extra deck is 2 Missus Radiant. This is something I've seen almost no one doing, but I make 2 of these like at least once a match in the same game. So I always like to make misses turn 1. That's one thing that apparently I do differently from other Zoo players. Most players like to end on Trident Hammerkong, even if they have like the extra rat and they could end on Missus Trident. They'll choose to end on Hammerkong Trident. I think just having just the attack strength on boards that also flows if it gets cleared is just really strong to put out turn 1. And so a lot of times, since I'm always putting out turn 1, you'll want another one for mid game to either like go for a game or just to have like another solid body on board. These help you play around floodgate trapping a little bit. These are just have a lot of good uses. And so like the general play I'll do is like summon if I have rat. If you have like Whiptail or Thoroughblade or like Ram, you can't summon this turn 1 unless you have Barrage because you only have 2 monsters. So like you have to end on Trident Hammerkong. But if you have rat, you got 3 monsters. So one off Chalk 9, the extra rat, and then the other one. So you can end on Missus Trident. So I'll generally end on Missus Trident, and then like it'll get cleared. I'll drain it on their turn. I'll combo to put the 4 Xyz back along with 1 rat. And then when Missus dies, I'll add back the other rat. So next turn, I'll normal summon it, dump the other combo, and then do the same play again. Do the same thing next turn. Summon another rat, the rat back from deck, chalk a 9, and summon the second Missus, and then make Trident. So I make.
This guy over here is just making a whole mess over here.
Whole mess, all over the place. So I make 2 a lot. I like the 2 Missus a lot. I'm not sure how many games like you couldn't probably grind out without it, but it like makes it really like a lot easier. I like the 2. Then for the rest of the extra deck, there's 1 Hammerkong, 1 Borbo, 2 Broad Bull, 3 Chakanine, 3 Tiger Mortar, and 3 Trident. 3 of all the good ones, like there could be 3, like basically I needed to cut 1 to put the second Missus in at that point in time. So it was like either one of these or one of these. I feel like both have value, but I feel like because I play a low zoo count, a lot of times like late game, Broad Bull won't actually be live. But like this can sometimes, like when your XX's real low, sometimes that one last Tiger Mortar can win you the game. So I might switch it just because sometimes I hard bull turn 1 because I don't play Emerald. So like if I have like a Barrage rat combo, like sometimes I'll just do like Missus, hard Broad Bull, and then Trident. So I might make it 3-2, but that's the extra deck. And then side deck, I really like my side. I like I said, played a lot of Dueling Book and like just refined it, and I really like where I have it at right now. 3 Deflector, 3 Kaijus, 2 Twin Twister, 2 Econ, 3 Floodgate, 1 Torrential, and then 1 Strike. So basically, against Draco, going first, you always put these in against pure Draco or Draco Zoo, along with I'll put these in going first or second. A lot of times what I'll do, like if I open this against like a Demise Draco player, I won't set it because it might just end up getting popped and you'll take a minus. So you actually hold it, and then like next turn it's super strong to hit 2 back rows after they've set their whole hand like they always do. So these are good first or second against Demise Draco. I only put these in first against any Draco deck, never going second. And then these, I'll put 2 Gamma Seals in if I'm going first, and then all 3 in if I'm going second against Draco, Zoo, or Demise Draco. So that's basically what I side for Draco, and then for Zoo, it's basically these 8. So depending on first or second. if it's first, I don't put the econs in. I've just never been a fan of this card. I play it now because it's really important to counter side floodgate trapple. But when I'm going first, like 3 floodgate. These are going in first. Go from first or second. I put all 3 of these in. This card's so good in the mirror. The only way to play, like the ways to play around it are Shuffle Reborn, Econ, Dark Hole, and Misses. But so it can be outed. But like if it sticks, this card's just real good. Torrential is aside for going second. Just being able to like if when they stop your play and then passing back to their turn, just being able to like stop their play and clear their boards real strong. Blind Obliteration, the new trap card, can have a similar function. That's a really interesting card. Don't know if that card's going to turn out to be good or not, but it's very interesting. You've rolled 2 dice and then destroys all monsters on the field with a lower level than what you rolled. So that's kind of similar to Torrential in that sense. And then 2 Twisters. For a while I was only putting these in going second against like Pirzu, but I started putting these in going first against that, like even just because like in theory, like if you're playing Pirzu and you're going second, you're probably taking out some of your traps, but in practice, like there's just so many quick play spells and traps in even going second. Like a lot of times you'll be able to set this and hit 2 cards at their end phase. So I put both these in first or second against Pirzu. I guess the only match I wouldn't put these in is if I'm going first against Draco-Zoo, because I put them in first or second against Demise Draco and Pirzu. But and then this is just whenever I'm going first against pretty much any matchup, just like another going first trap. And if I'm going second, I don't put that in. That's the side. That's it. Yeah. Like I said, like I've just been like refining the deck. Just went back and forth between Draco-Zoo and Pirzu all format. Honestly, couldn't tell you which is the better deck. I've played them both for so many events. They're both strong, but I like the build I have right now and did well.
Any last comment or shout out to your friends?
Yes, shout out to my team, the Card Guys. We have a lot of new members recently. Doing some interesting stuff. One of my teammates right here, this is Joe.
Got 9.
Really?
Yes.
Damn. Oh man. Yeah, and shout out to
Matrix 32208.
All right.
For doing the tech profile.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Shout out to all my friends who lent me cards so many times throughout the format, especially diagrams. Like, shout out to Albert, Ron, Steven, Mark, some friends of mine. They really helped me out. A couple of them lent me their diagram set a couple times, so that was cool. And shout out to my dad. He
right there?
Yep, right here.
I did.
We usually go to events together. He used to play, doesn't play anymore. But yeah, so big shout out to him. And yeah, I think that's it.
That's it. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks.